HMS Repulse was a renowned-class battlecruiser of the Royal Navy, built during World War I and later involved in significant engagements during World War II. Laid down on January 25, 1915, at the John Brown and Company shipyard on the River Clyde, Repulse was launched on January 8, 1916, and commissioned into the Royal Navy on August 18, 1916. The renowned-class battlecruisers comprising HMS Repulse and her sister ship HMS Renown were initially designed as improved versions of earlier battlecruisers. With a displacement of around 27,000 tons, Repulse was armed with 6 15-inch guns in 3 twin turrets, a secondary battery of 4-inch guns, and later an array of anti-aircraft weaponry. She boasted a top speed of 32 knots, thanks to her powerful steam turbines, which allowed her to serve as a fast and agile warship, ideal for reconnaissance and engaging enemy cruisers. Displacement, standard, 32,000 tons. Deep load, 36,800 tons. Length, 794 feet. Beam, 90 feet. Draft, 30 feet. Propulsion. Machinery, 4 Brown Curtis geared steam turbines. Boilers, 42 Yarrow boilers. Power, 120,000 shaft horsepower. Speed, 32 knots. Range, 4,000 nautical miles, 14 knots. Fuel capacity, 4,300 tons of oil. Armament. Main armament, 6x 15-inch, 3 twin turrets. Secondary armament, 3 triple 4-inch guns, 6 single 4-inch AA guns, 2 quadruple 40mm 2-pounder AA guns. Torpedoes, 4 21-inch torpedo tubes submerged. Armor, belt 6 inches, deck 2.5, 3.5 inches, barbettes 7 9 inches, turrets 7 9 inches, conning tower 10 inches, aircraft carried 4 seaplanes, aviation facilities 1 catapult, crew, complement 1,308 officers and men, World War I service. HMS Repulse joined the Grand Fleet in the final years of World War I. Despite her impressive specifications, she saw limited action during this period. Her main task was to patrol the North Sea, deterring German naval operations. She did not participate in any major naval battles before the armistice in November 1918, interwar period. After World War I, HMS Repulse underwent several refits to address various design and operational deficiencies. From 1919 to 1921, she received improvements to her armor, armament, and fire control systems. In the mid-1920s, Repulse participated in numerous fleet exercises and diplomatic missions, showcasing British naval power across the globe. From 1933 to 1936, HMS Repulse underwent a major reconstruction. This refit significantly enhanced her armor protection, especially around her magazines and machinery spaces. Her anti-aircraft armament was upgraded and modern fire control systems were installed. The reconstruction also saw the installation of new boilers and machinery, improving her reliability and operational range. World War II service. At the outbreak of World War II in September 1939, HMS Repulse was assigned to various hunting groups, tasked with intercepting German commerce raiders and blockade runners. She saw action during the Norwegian campaign in 1940, providing naval gunfire support for Allied forces attempting to stem the German invasion of Norway. In late 1941, Repulse was dispatched to the Far East as part of Force Z, a naval detachment intended to deter Japanese aggression in Southeast Asia. Alongside the battleship HMS Prince of Wales, Repulse arrived in Singapore in December 1941 under the command of Admiral Sir Tom Phillips. Final mission and sinking. The presence of Force Z was meant to act as a significant deterrent to Japanese expansion, but the Japanese had already initiated their offensives in Malaya and the Pacific. On December 8, 1941, Japan launched its attacks on British and American territories, including the infamous assault on Pearl Harbor. In response to Japanese landings in Malaya, Admiral Phillips decided to take Force Z to sea to intercept and disrupt the Japanese invasion convoys. Departing Singapore on December 8th, Force Z included HMS Repulse, HMS Prince of Wales, and 4 destroyers. However, due to the lack of air cover, an issue highlighted by the non-availability of HMS Indomitable, an aircraft carrier originally intended to accompany them, the force was vulnerable to air attacks. On December 10, 1941, Force Z was sighted by Japanese reconnaissance aircraft. Waves of Japanese bombers and torpedo planes launched from bases in Indochina subsequently attacked the British warships. Despite a valiant effort to evade and repel the attackers, both HMS Repulse and HMS Prince of Wales were hit by multiple torpedoes and bombs. HMS Repulse displayed remarkable agility, avoiding the first waves of torpedo attacks with skillful maneuvering. However, she eventually succumbed to the sheer number of incoming torpedoes. Struck by several torpedoes, she listed heavily to port and sank rapidly within 20 minutes. The loss of life was significant, but many crew members were rescued by the accompanying destroyers. Legacy. The sinking of HMS Repulse and HMS Prince of Wales marked a profound moment in naval history. It underscored the vulnerability of capital ships to air power and highlighted the critical need for air cover in modern naval warfare. This tragic event also had strategic implications, as it left the British naval forces in the Pacific severely weakened at a crucial time in the early stages of the Pacific War. HMS Repulse's service and ultimate sacrifice remain a poignant reminder of the bravery and resilience of her crew. Memorials and commemorations continue to honor those who served aboard her, ensuring that the legacy of HMS Repulse endures in the annals of naval history.